Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is a tarot reading for serious tarot people. Tarot, and I've done this for over 20 years, tarot is the science of potential, meaning you have to get involved. You can't just sit back and watch. On some level, it could be a physical level, could be an emotional level, could be a mental level, could be a spiritual level. Doesn't make any difference. At some point, you have to make some movement of some kind. I've also done astrology for more than 50 years. And astrology is the science of cycles. I know there are people that like to look at tarot and astrology and go, it's the devil's work. They don't understand what they're even talking about. They don't have the slightest clue in the world. Astrology is the science of cycles. It has scientific basis. You can go back to 1948, an RCA, Radio Corporation of American engineer, was tasked with the idea of keeping worldwide communications open in spite of any kind of, atmospheric, we'll call it, atmospheric messing. Could be ash from a volcano. It could be being hit by an asteroid. It could be sunspots or flares or whatever. 1948, United States was building a global communication network. He was tasked with making sure that it worked and that they could spot problems, and he used astrology to do it. He didn't intend to, but that's what he did. And he started out, interestingly, with Jupiter and Saturn. Their relationship, and if you understand astrology, you understand the idea of relationship. Their relationship to one another gave him some big clues. About 45 years later, he finally included all of the major planets that we're aware of, and he was 95% accurate at being able to predict any kind of interferences. So there is, and there are other examples, but there certainly is scientific basis to astrology. Well, there's also scientific basis to tarot. It's energy. Life is energy. You hear that all the time. But most of the time you hear that from people, it's like somebody passing gas in a closed elevator. It doesn't matter. They're not paying attention to what they're saying. Life is frequency, is energy. Take a look at the periodic table, all the list of all the elements. They all are assigned a number. In essence, that's kind of, sort of, in a way, their scientific frequency. And the way you combine these different chemicals, you're going to get different things. Well, it's the same thing with this. Tarot is looking at the potential energy and your potential involvement with said energy. Okay? Whereas with astrology, you kind of use it like a map. Tarot, you use it as an energizer. And that's why we focus on manifesting, 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 manifesting. It is the single most important gift or power humans have. If you can picture it in your head, if you can see it, if you can taste it, if you can smell it, if you can feel it, the odds are it will, in one form or another, show up in your life. Sometimes very quickly. Sometimes it'll take a bit longer. Could even take years. But eventually that energy will manifest. So I want you to focus. That's why I only have 5 cards. I don't throw out 50 or 100 like some tarot people do, because it confuses the message. You have no idea what the hell the direction, because it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, you could do this and maybe that and it. Take over here and go to... You're going to get a single energy reading. It will be clear. It will be concise. And by the end of the reading, which takes about 10, 12 minutes, you will know what that energy is, and then you decide whether or not it fits your life. If it doesn't, don't worry. Of all the readings, and this includes astrologers as well, if you get, out of a group of 100, let's say, you get 10 people who go, wow, that fits, you're doing a hell of a good job. And it's really not your job. It's just them responding to the information. But if you don't get that connection with the frequency, don't worry, there's tomorrow, next week, next month. Believe me, at some point you're going to make the connection. The frequency and you will line up. That's life. Same reason why if you come from a family where you have siblings, brothers, sisters, how come you're not the same? I mean, you're raised from the same family, same parents, ideally. What the hell makes you different? Oh, we all are different. We all operate under a different frequency. Same thing here. So I hope that today's reading resonates with you. If not, don't sweat it. Please also like, subscribe, and share. Hit any one of those things. They keep reminding me to say that stuff, and my main concern is helping you to manifest, to help create the images in your mind. And I kind of forget to share, subscribe, and like, but they keep reminding me. So while it's still fresh in my mind, I will pass it on to you. So let's get to the reading. Middle card is the oracle card. It is the one that sets the mood for the reading, and this says, come to the edge. It looks like she is standing on top of a tornado, and she is right on the edge. It's not a problem. You see all the hearts that are around her. Not a problem. But in essence, that's what you have to do now. This is the energy in the reading. Come to the edge. We all like safety. We all like stability. Although we bitch and moan about it's so boring, but we like what we like. We like that routine. Gives us security. Makes life sort of predictable. Right now, though, you are called to come to the edge. It's a leap of faith. Literally, a leap of faith. That's tough. But that falls right into the meme for the day. I'm better off being disappointed by things I tried and having failed rather than regretting the chance I never took. I'm better off starting over than sticking out something that no longer serves me. I'm better off being unapologetically too much than apologizing for being myself. So the deal is, John Lennon of the Beatles said it best, life is what happens while you're busy doing other things. And that's really what life is about. And that's why I enjoy tarot so much, is because it's tuning into that frequency. If it matches, you run like hell, go like hell, go. This opportunity may not present itself ever, ever, ever again, and you will regret passing up the opportunity. Yeah, but if I fail, make myself look like an ass. So what? I do it every single day, several times. After a while, you kind of get over it. But I can look back and say, at least I tried. Okay, so I failed. Big deal. The richest, the wealthiest, the most beautiful, the whatever, most famous, they all do as well. It's life. Life is a 4-letter word. Get used to it. So up in the right-hand corner of this Come to the Edge card, we got 36. 3 means tuning your mind, body, spirit. Doesn't mean a third party. It means the trinity of the human being. Mind, body, spirit. Get them lined up. 6 is starting to materialize, and the 3 and 6, the 36 together, equal 9. So to come to the edge, to see what the possibility, what the potential is, to open yourself up to life, means that something's got to end so that you can begin something else. And that's where we find ourselves as a society. Human beings are at an existential crisis. I mean, we literally, for the first time in recorded history, that's the last 7,000 years, not going to go farther back because history gets strange, but the last 7,000 years, we have never been in this position where we can literally destroy ourselves quickly. They're doing it already to us. The psychopathic puppet masters are making the air bad, making the water bad, making the food bad. And on top of that, they're poisoning us with all kinds of things they're injecting in us. And everything that they tell you hurts you. It doesn't help you. Everything. And it's every part of society, anything that government, with banking, with movies, with books, with newspapers, with you name it, the industry, they're out to hurt you. That should be obvious by now. So you have to come to the edge. You have to take that leap of faith, because there's no halfway measures here. They're not going halfway. So there's no way in hell that you can go halfway. Let's go all the way to the left, and let's begin with the magician. You can perform what is the equivalent of magic. That is, you can realize your potential, but the only way that you can realize your potential is if you take that leap of faith, if you come to the edge, and that's what you're being asked to do. I know it's not comfortable. I know it's scary, but it's what you got to do. You have no choice. We are literally at an existential crossroads. People have said, people like Bill Gates, by the way, I think it was in 2008 at a TED get-together, but there have been others who have said essentially the same thing. By 2050, they want the planet's population cut to less than 500 million people. That means you line up 10 people in a room, 9 of them should be dead between now and 2050. That's what they want. That's what they've said. And that's what they're doing. Everything they do is to kill us. I know that's unpleasant to hear. I know that, yeah, you're talking, yeah. Well, when you stop and think that there's really nothing to eat in a grocery store anymore, it's all poisoned with all sorts of stuff. And we know this is not just guessing. We know scientifically that they're putting crap in there to kill us. I have found in my little grocery store, because I live up way up in the sticks, around Lake Superior. The only two things I really could eat in the store, and even then I'd have to be careful, would be raw honey. A local farmer has bees and it's raw, it's unprocessed. Very good for you. And people tap trees. We have a lot of trees up here, and so they tap sap. That's pure maple syrup. That's also very healthy for you, but you can't overdo. After that, everything else is a crapshoot. The eggs have been injected with all kinds of chemicals. The meat, they're putting mRNA stuff, genetic stuff in there. The cereals, don't even get me started on that, and breads and stuff. It's loaded with glyphosate. I mean, they're out to poison us. They're out to hurt us. At what point does this message come through to you? And they're charging you more and more. So it's time to perform magic, and you have to do that, you have to respect yourself. That's the Nine of Pentacles. Like the mini Queen of Pentacles. She values herself. She knows what's important. That's where you have to get. But to do that, you got to be like the Hangman. You got to flip it. You got to flip your vision. You can't look at it. You got to turn everything upside down and go, oh, that's the deal. I didn't know. Well, now you do. You got to let go. You got to be vulnerable. You got to see things differently. You got to come to the edge, because your life is about to change. The Tower card. Whether you're ready for it or not, whether you do anything about it or not, if you do nothing, you're in deep trouble. If you do something, and especially the idea of manifesting for yourself, it's still going to be tough, still going to be difficult. It will be more difficult, ladies, than you giving birth. It's going to be painful. But it can be what truly frees you. It's up to you. Come to the edge. Take that leap of faith. That's the tarot reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another. Between now and the next time we get together, peace and blessings.